Hi everybody, Alex Employer from Expert Forex, and in this video I'm going to show you the only robot I would ever trade if I only had one robot to trade forever. And that is, as you can see, the Profit Retriever. And here is the marketing page for the Profit Retriever with the link to it. The link will be in the description and in the commentary of the video. And let me explain why I say that about the Profit Retriever. I'm going to talk about two main points. There are many other points, but I'm going to talk about two main points which sets this Profit Retriever apart from any other EA that I've been involved in. Now, I've been involved in Forex trading for over 22 years, and this is the closest I've come to the holy grail of relaxed robot trading. Why do I say that? Firstly, this EA makes profits no matter which way the price moves. Now, a lot of traders won't accept that fact. They don't appreciate that. In the forum, there are traders that are worried about the direction of trade, and they're trying to improve the direction of trade. It doesn't matter which direction. I'm going to show you why that's the case. And that is why I like this EA. Direction does not matter. Then the next reason why I like this EA is it is so simple. It only has three moving parts. There are only three settings that you've got to get right to be highly successful. And those settings are, you only have to get the gap size right, and there are only a couple of options there. You have to get your lot sizing right, and there's again only a couple of options there. And then you have to get the rate of change right. Again, there's only 4 options there. So the simplicity of this EA is just incredible. And why it's so simple is because I have focused on the decreasing lot method, which is the anti-martingale method, which is the safest way to trade this EA. So in other words, if the rate of change is below 100, then it's an anti-martingale method. If it's above 100, it's a martingale method. So this is an anti-martingale method. You've got to get that setting right, and then you start with high lots and you go lower, whereas martingale starts with low lots and goes higher. So you've got to get the starting point right, which is also not too tricky. There's only a choice of about 12 settings there. And then you have to get the price gap right, which is how often the transactions will occur. And again, that's not rocket science. You can see there's only a few options there. So that's why I love this EA. It is simple, and you can get it so wrong that even if you get the direction wrong, it will be successful. Now, how do you set the direction? Basically, the direction is provided by a moving average. The direction in which the moving average points says the direction in which the trade should happen. So if it's pointing up, it says the trend is up, buy. But you can change that. So in other words, here's a setting where you can say, no, I don't believe the moving average. I think when it's pointing up, I should sell, and when it's pointing down, I should buy. The natural way is to, when it's pointing up, you buy, and when it's pointing down, you sell. But you have the choice, and that is what I'm talking about. You can choose which direction you want the trades to occur, but in the end, it does not matter, because I'm going to show you some results. Okay, so here's an example of some currencies that are successful when traded in the same or reverse way, using exactly the same settings. So in this top example, for instance, we have the pound, and here's the same direction strategy, and here's the reverse direction strategy. And as you can see, both are nicely positive, make beautiful gains on that $10,000 account that is being tested on. And you can see the absolute drawdown. The absolute drawdown is basically how much drawdown are you experiencing on your own money. In other words, the money that you've put in, invested in this particular strategy, and you can see the drawdown percentage as a percentage of the gain. So some of them are extremely good, and others are most probably not as good, and you need to evaluate which ones are the most appropriate to use. But it also shows that we've used some currencies that have different volatilities. In other words, we have low volatility currencies in here, which, for instance, the Aussie New Zealand, low volatility currency, as well as high volatility currencies such as the pound New Zealand and the euro Oz. We've done this shows that the profit retriever is an EA that can be traded in both directions with the same settings. Now, it doesn't work like this all the time, but it does work like this most of the time when you have reasonably robust settings. And this is why I just love this EA, in that you can do that. Now, the trading the same and the reverse settings at the same time is even a better strategy, because there's a lot of hedging that is involved. So as the one is buying, the other one is selling, and in the end they both turn out profitable. So it's another form of spreading your risk and hedging against different direction trading. Now, what follows now are the actual settings that were used in the example that I've shown you. So very often we get asked, oh, what were the settings that you used? Now, here are the actual settings. So there they are, for instance, the pound, and there it shows the same direction results and the reverse direction results. So we've done a slide for each of the currencies so that owners of the profit retriever can actually use these settings. Now, you must appreciate these settings may not work for you. They are settings that have worked for me. So you need to either adapt these settings, but I have some instructions right at the end of the video where you can use these settings to their best advantage. So this is the pound, and I'm not going to go through each one individually, but there's the pound, then you've got the euro yen again, and you will see that there's a lot of similarity between the settings that are profitable for the various currencies. So there's no huge difference between, for instance, the gap sizing, the lot sizing, and then the change of rate sizing that is applied when trading, because those are the only three settings that matter, because by using a change of rate under 100%, we are already using a reverse martingale strategy. The exit is also fixed. I've fixed it at $3. So if the EA runs into the wrong direction, it will exit the minute it makes a $3 profit. So most of the strategy is hard coded, and only the three variables are the changeable elements. So this is the euro yen, and then I'm just going to flip through. So what you can do is you can just pause the video and copy these settings into your profit retriever and follow the instructions that I'll give at the end of the video. There's the Oz, there's the pound yen, there's the pound New Zealand, the Aussie New Zealand, and the euro. One of the things that we do teach in our Zero to Hero trading course that will be launched in about 10 days time is that we actually teach you that optimized settings are useless unless they have been converted into practical trading. And what happens is that in this section of the course we do our optimizations, create some results from there, and then we feed those results into this section, which is our demo trading. It's our forward trading section. Now this is where the true settings get established. So what I've shown you now is exactly what happens here. I've established some settings that we want to now push into our forward trading, and that's exactly what I suggest that you do. So the actions from this video is forward trade 10 or more of the settings that I've provided on a 10,000 demo account for 3 to 4 weeks, using one demo account per setting. So in other words, if you're going to test 20 settings, then you need 20 demo accounts, or 10 settings, then you're going to need 10 demo accounts. Whatever you do, don't waste time trying to copy my results or verify my results because it will not work. I have learned the hard way that settings and back testing does not work, but forward testing does work. So that's what I'm recommending. Don't waste time trying to copy or replicate my results into yours. Just take them as they are and put them into demo accounts and trade them for 3 to 5 weeks. And what will happen is you will find that many of those results will be highly profitable, some will be negative, and that is the whole process that you need to follow. You obviously adopt the positive ones and you discard the negative ones. And that is a reason why you should trade as many of these as you can. So you should be testing 20 if you can. I think I've given you settings for 8, which means you can test up to 16 settings, run them for 3 to 5 weeks. So that is really the actions that come out of this video. Is Profit Retriever owners can now take those settings and test them and then move on to their live account trading. Now, I hope you found this video interesting and that you're taking advantage of the information that I'm supplying. This Profit Retriever is great. It is simple and it can be profitable no matter which direction you trade it. So that is why I think this is the greatest EA that has come out of Expert Forex in the last 22 years. And in order to really capitalize on what you've seen today, you need to forward trade those settings that I've provided you for 3 to 4 weeks, so that you can get a feel of what works and what doesn't work. If you're not already an owner of the Profit Retriever, please use the link provided in this video or in the description of the video, as well as in the first commentary of the video. So from me, Alex Deploy, cheerio.